creative friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Heather with the Myriad Maker. Today's video is a quick alteration on a shirt that I have. This particular shirt has always been a little bit tight in the arm and the body, and I wanted to add a little bit more width to it. My approach to this, I had kind of a plan A and a plan B in mind because I wasn't 100% sure how the manufacturer had constructed the seam. It looks like a flat-felled seam, but I wasn't sure if it was a true flat-felled seam or a faux flat-felled seam. So plan A was planning on it being a fake flat-felled seam. I was just going to add an inset panel. And rather than just cutting the seam allowance out, I wanted to take it apart so that I could maximize how much width I had with the original garment and minimize how wide that side panel had to be. But I had in my mind plan B, which was if I had enough seam allowance to work with, I would just re-seam it by letting it out. And that's what I ended up doing. A lot of manufacturers will fake their flat-felled seaming, and they do this for a couple of reasons. Number one, they might not have the flat-felled machine that actually creates this seam, and number two, they might want to save a little bit of money because a flat-felled seam requires more seam allowance, which requires more fabric, which costs more. So a lot of times manufacturers will do kind of a fake application of a flat-felled seam, so it looks like it, but it's not a true flat-felled seam. So I was pleasantly surprised that this was actually a true flat-felled seam, which meant that I could just re-seam it. So once I opened up the seam, you could tell that it was garment dyed because you can see the original grayish color of the fabric. For me, that's not a problem because this is just something I'm probably going to wear around the house, quite honestly. I'm probably just going to wear it in the studio and get paint all over it. It's kind of no big deal. So basically, altogether, this was a pretty easy alteration. Just a few simple steps, basically taking out the side seam, re-seaming it, restitching the hem, and restitching the cuffs. And that's it. And now I've got another shirt that I can wear in my studio and get messy. So thank you for joining me today. If you liked this video and want to see more alteration type videos, click the subscribe button. I am working on a short series of alterations and upcycling, and will be posting videos on a fairly regular basis.